Which doesn't tell me immediately if I'm live, so I need to wait and see if I'm live. Sorry. Okay, I'm live. TDD bash. That's cool. Cool. So the next test is ensure path to valid journal. I've already done that. Non-existent.text, existing.journal. That is cool. Okay, what's the next test that I can write? The next test would actually be to see whether I can generate the journal config. So first thing I need to do is okay, let's just see if the test works. So what would the test be? The test would be okay. So I'm gonna set a conf file. Conf is equal to conf dot test slash journal dot yaml. And then we're going to do YQ. No, we're not going to do YQ. It's going to leave it as it is. And then we do run with, I don't know, what do I call this? Today's date? No. A new year dot text. Okay, so run a new year dot text. And then what do I do? So now I just need to do YQ. Journals dot okay dot journals dot a new year. So that's going to be one part. But how do I how okay, what is the expected output? The expected output is going to be how do I check this? The other way I would do this would be I have to do JO man YQ. I don't think YQ has a man page. Less completion, evaluate all help completion. Yeah, it's only for evaluation. So I have to do JO journals is equal to JO a new year is equal to JO I don't remember how. I don't remember how it's supposed to look. What's the signature for this? Da, 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 J-O-J-O-J-O. Ah, there it is. Okay. Journals, JO name is equal to JO journal is equal to. Okay, so journals, name, journal, encrypt. Okay. A new year is equal to JO journal is equal to real part, whatever, dot text, close. Okay, does JO have YAML output? Does not. Then if I do YQ, pretty Y, pretty Y, OY, pretty OY. Okay, that's the one. Yeah, that's correct. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. JO. I should probably create a helper function for this, right? Because I think I'll be doing this a lot more times. Can I just put it here? I think I'll just put it here. 17, 16, whatever. Gen conf. Then do I do it from journals or just do I do the journal part of it? Okay, just the journal part of it, I think. So if there aren't, okay, I'll just do it normally. JO. Wait, but what if I have encrypt? No, I can just set encrypt to false by default, right? Yeah, so I can do encrypt is equal to. Wait, how do I do that again? If there is a value, I do this. If there's no value, I do that. So that's default value. So that's going to be null equal to 2. Then we're going to do 0. If I do plus, if I do plus, it means it's set. If I do equal to, it's unset. And minus is empty. Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay. So we're going to do JO. We're going to do name is equal to 1 and the encrypt is okay, this will not work. This will not work. This will not work. So I should do 2 CV encrypt is equal to that. Okay, I think that's cool because I don't want to accidentally set it to some other value. So we're going to do that too. Default value is going to be false. Name is going to be 1. If it's going to be J O name. J O name. Let's do it like this. Name is equal to J O of. Actually, I don't know how this works. Would it work if I tried something like that? Echo. It would work, right? But then what about line breaks? Echo high, echo by close. Okay, it works. Cool. So name is equal to JO of it's name is equal to oops, where am I? Name is equal to JO of journal is equal to okay, so name is not 1. Name is 1 without the dot text prefix. Name is also dot 1. Sorry, name is now name without without the dot text suffix and without any kind of prefix. Okay, everything before the slash, if there is one. So here I can just do 1. And we're also going to do encrypt is equal to encrypt. Cool. And I close this and oh, that's the only one I have to close. Oh no, I have to close this one as well. That should work, right? Okay, let's see. Okay, and that is YQ. So I get it from the configuration. Now I need to compare that, which is in the configuration file, to the real configuration. Oh wait, I didn't do the YQ part of this. So that, and then YQ preprint output YAML. Okay, how part now is comparing two of these. Maybe if I just pass it in as text, would that work? Diff only works with files, so this works, but I don't think this would work anywhere else. Okay, let's see. Podman run itrm alpine. Oh, I don't have any files. Okay, let's read OS release. Interesting. The thing is, I've read the POSIX spec, and I don't remember seeing this part anyway. What shell is this? No, sorry, how do I check the shell? It's echo 0? Yeah, bin sh version. So if I'm doing input redirection on a oh, okay. I remember now. So the thing that doesn't work is command substitution. This wouldn't work. Nope, it does work. Which is weird. Oh no, it says no such file. That doesn't work. Okay, so this wouldn't work. Gotcha. So which is why you would do this and this. Right, it wouldn't work with echo obviously because echo doesn't read standard input. I'd have to do cat. Okay. Oh, this is an annoying test. I feel like I need three different things. Hmm. Okay, so how would I do this? So I'd give it expected and current. Okay. I can do this. I could do something like check if conf contains and give it a certain signature. Would that work? Then I could just do a diff on that. No, that doesn't make sense. Mm. So I'd have an empty conf file, then I'd have this structure in that conf file. So I need to check if it exists. Just doing a simple YQ would be enough. But I also need to check the values and make sure they match. So that's the hard part. So how do I check that? So I need the value of the YAML files. But could I, okay, does YAML have equality? I don't know. But I think JQ does. So if I give JQ an array of objects, then I did 1 equal to 2, would it work? JQ an array of objects. Yeah, let's do JO. How do I do that again? Okay, let me do JO. Turn it into an array. Then JO fruit is equal to orange. JO again. Fruit is equal to orange. And then I would do JQ 0 equals 1. Invalid path expression will result 0. False. Why is it false? Because, no, I didn't type it wrong. That's correct. Okay, let's check JQ's equality. Where is the operator expression A is equal to B will produce if the results of evaluating A and B are equal. That is, if they represent equal JSON values and false. Otherwise, in particular, strings are never considered equal to numbers. The ordering of keys is irrelevant. For if you're coming from JavaScript, please note that JQ is equal to is a triple three, triple equal to. Gotcha. So why are you saying it isn't equal? Why is it saying false? Did I type something wrong? No, it's an array, so that's not a problem. But just because I don't really know how this works, I'm gonna try slurp. No, still says false. Cool. Fruit as the value of orange. I literally see why it would not be equal. Okay, interesting. Okay, it's not indexing, it's turning into a value. Huh? What is happening here? Oh, because I did slurp. Okay, without slurp, whoop. Gotcha. So if I did it without slurp, if I did this, this doesn't work. So I do this, then 0 equal equal. True. Perfect. So that's what I need. So I can use JQ and do an equality to compare them. And I can give it multiple files, right? So how do I do that? Well, rather than files, I'd probably do like slurp. Then get rid of this. Get rid of all this. I'm gonna say false because it's null. And then I also do another one into standard input from here. So jo fruit is equal to orange. Also false. Now it's true. Okay, because now both of them got into standard input. Otherwise, it was one file which didn't work for some reason. Okay, but if this works like this, I should be able to do this as well. Then if I were to change orange into banana, false. Perfect. So I can use JQ to compare them, and I would just give it two different values, so that is fine. Okay, I can use JQ to compare to arrays. Sorry, to objects. That is clear. Uh, what else do I need? So I do something like gen, and then I do compare. So that is fine. I can do that. What else do I need? I need to. Huh. So I need to make sure that the existing. Okay, let me do this one first. Objects are equal. Oh, are equal. Are equal. Or I could just do OR equal. Why not? OR equal? Oh, okay. Whatever. So OR equal will take two to inputs in standard input. That's the idea. So I just do jqs dot 0 is equal to dot 1. Whoops. So I have a slight problem here. So this gives me false and true, but since I'm using shell script, I need this to return a value that I can that I can that I can test for within shell. So if I did this and then did number, no. Okay, man. Oh, false cannot be passed as a number? It can be though. Why can I not convert a number into 0 and 1? How do I terminate an if statement? End. Am I a fan of this approach? No, but is this the only way I can do this? Yes. Hey. Oops. Did I do a slurp? Yes, I did slurp. Cool. But now I'm not passing anything into input. Would that work? Probably wouldn't, right? Would the input get forwarded into the command on the inside? Uh, 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 Okay, let's see. Okay, that's cool. It's waiting for standard input, so I could probably just do it manually. So I say banana, no, fruit. Let's do fruit. Fruit is orange. Then we also do fruit is banana. Control D. Echo. That worked. That actually worked. Okay, I guess because the entire function would share the same file descriptor and standard input, and anyone who consumes it gets it. Fruit is equal to orange. Oh, I need to check. Let's check the output. Okay. This is kind of smart. So smart that I'm surprised it worked. I didn't expect this from myself. Whoops. Okay, so OR equal is working. So what do I need to do now? I need to do this. So, hold on. That's fine. I could probably just do O pre OJ into here. That should be fine. With gen conf new year false, but that's not necessary. Oh. Um huh. That's actually all I need to do. That is the test, right? I don't know if my test is correct, but I think it's correct. And if it's correct, this is good enough. Okay, let's check what my test looks like. Uh, okay, that's my conf. That's touched because I need a new journal file. I cannot work without a journal file. I need an existing journal file. Then I do run. Then I do journals a new year on the conf file. Genconf a new year. So genconf is not going to be enough because genconf is mm, mm, mm. Okay, what does genconf actually give out? Genconf. It starts from a new year. So I need a select. But how do I select by key? Uh, wait, let's do genconf. Oh, that's not enough. Without my clipboard. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Why is it not working? Yeah, it's probably not working because eval doesn't support redirections. So now if I did gen conf name, wonderful. Gen conf doesn't work. It's not equal to 1 and is not equal to 2. What do you need standard input for? That's weird. Who's even reading from standard input over here? YQ? Is that why it's not working? Okay, what am I doing wrong? If okay, if it's not one and if it's not two, then echo incorrect usage. If one is null, echo need value. I didn't do return here. Encrypt. If two exist, encrypted as true. If encrypt is empty, we're going to set it to false. Name is that, name is this. Set x. I already have this thing here, so I can't do set x over there and do expect anything. Set x. So it's stuck at JO, but which JO? I don't even understand where this is breaking. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the line breaks just to make sure it's why is this so broken? What are you even expecting? Who is asking for standard input? Oh, hold on. Okay, let's work backwards. I'm gonna get rid of this. Then I get rid of this. Oh. Oh. What on earth did I do? Why is oh. Well, that's silly. Cool. Uh hmm. So it comes right from there. Okay. GenConf needs the real paths to one though. Okay, oops. Okay, so it gives me right from name. So, not a problem there. What happens if I put this like that? Echo. Um, Never mind. I don't even know what I'm trying to do. Okay, this is the part that I'm concerned about. So I need journals dot new year. If I do journals dot new year, it is going to give me only the value of new year. I don't want that. I want it with the key. So how do I do that? I do select key is equal to. That even makes sense. Jo fruit is equal to banana jq dot, okay, not dot, just select key is equal to fruit. Yeah, key is not defined. Lovely. Okay, so I can just do select a new year. That should work, right? That should work. Okay, I'm just gonna test this. Just test. Right. What happened? That's I did set X over there, so now everything got set X. Set X, delete that. So now I just do just test. Gonna fail, that's fine. It's failing with exit status 5. I don't know what that means. Fail to remove conf.test, no such file or directory. That part I do not understand. That should not have happened. Oh, I didn't do export. Oops. Cool. JQ failed, JQ failed, JQ failed. Why is JQ failing? Invalid numeric value align 1, column 9. Okay, I can remove this. Cat. Well, I don't have the config right now. Let's do just test again. Let's see what's happening. YQPOG journal select a new year. No problem so far. And then JQ parse invalid numeric value at line 1, column 9. Where is JQ doing a parse? JQ is doing a parse. Gotcha. Gotcha. So this is failing. So I do YQPOJ on that. Cool. Now it's not JQ that's failing. That's a good start. Over engineered test. Okay. Cool. So now what's the next thing that I need to do? I need to do. I already have some things here, right? So let's see. We're not doing this anymore. So instead we get it from file. We don't care about encrypt just yet. But I already have it set up. That's not a problem. Okay, when did I set up name? I did not set up name. I only have file. The name is going to be processed part of 1. but I should probably do file path is equal to real path of 1. And then name is going to be 1 trimmed off. So this much is fine. Not caring about encrypt just yet. So it's this spot that I need. Okay. Okay, let's see what I did. Gotta go read my own code. And hopefully I understand what I did. Okay, first thing, journal output. Journals is equal to. I'm gonna get rid of these extraneous ones. Alright, because this was inside of a loop. Okay, now let's just get rid of that. Get rid of this. So journal name is equal to, get rid of this. Jo, Jo, Jo. Okay, probably not doing it that way. If I do journals is equal to Jo with name as the key. Jo journal is equal to that. Encrypt is forced into a boolean that. Then I close this, then I close this. Now I can delete all this. Type JQ reduce as that, and multiply. Seems sensible enough. So that's going to be my new journals object. Yeah, that's my new journals object. What do I do after that? Oh, okay. So I had a new journals object with the multiply because at that point of time I was doing multiple journals, but now I'm only going to do one. So I don't have to do this. Okay, I don't need the JQ part, but the rest of it I do need. Gotcha. So I can skip the reduce because back then, yeah, I don't need this part. Oops, but I do need the redirection. So we're gonna do that. Okay, let's do this. Okay. So now I'm writing it directly to the file. Journals new.json. And then the next part that I do is what is this test again? If size is not 0, then else. Okay. I can just copy this as it is, actually. What is tconf? I guess I did that for testing. Okay, I need a tconf as well. Looks a bit messy. Okay, it doesn't say where it fails, but let's see. What am I doing wrong? No, let's just do 3. Hmm, that's weird. Why is it not giving me the error? New journal addjrnltoconfig is failing, but why? Okay, I'm gonna remove the parts of the test that remove the test files. Read maybe? No, that didn't help. Oh, it failed too soon, so it doesn't do the cleanup? It didn't remove a new your.txt, but it didn't write the conf file either. Why is there no conf.test file? Because of this, because of the teardown? But how is it doing the teardown? And I don't have the temp file either, so do I have the trap already? I didn't set the trap. Oh, I did set the trap. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Let's not use the trap for a second. Do test cat temp temp dot. I don't know which one this is. Oh, I think I have 2 test directories, 2 temp directories being created. Hmm. Oh no, that's an old one. Okay. Oh no, okay. No, 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 no. Okay, it's because it's 2 different tests, but this one is weird. Why is journal null? And why is encrypt also null? That doesn't make sense. Why is journal null? Because I used file. Well, useless. File paths. And this is going to be encryption. This is, let's do caps, so why not? GUI word. Good enough. Hmm. Got a lot more test directories, temp directories now, but let's see. Okay. Oh, the name part didn't go through. Okay, because I didn't change the. Wait, what? Why is it empty? It's not supposed to be empty. Okay, this and this are irrelevant. So this one is the problem. The name is not coming through as it is supposed to do. We are oh, it's called journal. It's not supposed to be called journal. Why is it called journal? That's weird. Okay, that's very weird. Why is it journals? Why is oh no, it's correct. It's correct. Sorry. So journal is this, encrypt is true, encrypt is true, which is incorrect. It's supposed to be false. I don't know why it's saying true. Why are you saying true? I did it the upside down. I did it the wrong way around. And I don't have a default value for encryption, so let's do that as well. Encryption. I could actually just do it here. Why make it complicated, eh? Encryption is equal to 0. Readability is always good. So I can set up encryption properly, but here we have another problem. Journals is creating another object inside, an empty object. Journals is equal to okay, if I just don't do a line break, does it work? Still failing. So it's not the line break, it's something else. So that's an actual mistake. Oops. Okay, JO journals is equal to JO name is equal to hold on. Name is just empty. Why is name empty? Okay, test is equal to hello. Then if I did echo test, remove prefix, everything before the slash, still hello. Then I did remove suffix dot text, still hello. Because I did it the wrong way. Cool. Why is it still failing? Journals, existing journal, a new year journal, encrypt is true. Okay. Where's the problem then? Well, actually, yeah, I think it's actually doing the right thing. Journals, a new year journal, yeah. This is exactly the output that I need, but the test is failing. Which means there's something wrong with the test. How funny. Okay, why is the test failing? Actually, where's the config file? Right, let me stop deleting the conf for a second and test again. That's actually correct. I'm confused. I think because I used run, it just deleted the config file. But I'm gonna go take a break for a second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so I don't know why it's failing. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, ignore all that. Journals. That's fine. New journal added to config is failing. Wait. This is a new year. That's fine. I don't get it. I am actually not sure why. Is it actually because I'm doing run? So if I deleted run, no? Journals, a new year journal is home Kevin NL Samuel code AJTC a new year.txt encrypt is false. And what did genconf a new year do? Okay, genconf doesn't include the journals part. Gotcha. Okay. Wait, actually, do I have the config here? I do. So let me check. Give me one that says a new year. So this one. So yq dot and give it the file. And I'm gonna do journals. Huh. A new year would give me only the contents of the object, which I don't want. So I'm gonna do select. That works. So where is the problem? Okay, so genconf didn't do full path name. Okay. Wait, no, I think I changed it over here though. Genconf. Yeah, genconf does it with your path. Okay, genconf doesn't. Okay. This is on me. This is on me. This is on me. Okay. Journal file is equal to a new year.txt. So it should work now. No, no, why? Why? Why is it failing? I don't get it. journals, a new year journal. That's the whole part of the journal, so that is not a problem. Where is the problem? Where is the problem? It is in a gen conf, isn't it? It is definitely in a gen conf. No, actually, that looks fine to me. Oh, it's the exact same thing. Why is it failing? I wonder if it's just a problem with the OR equal now. Wow. OR equal gave me nothing. Wait. Did I make a mistake in OR equal itself? Return if, then 0 else 1. So OR equal says 1, which means it is false. Yeah, let me get rid of this. Give me this as well. It says false. Gotcha. We do comma. A new year journal and encrypt is false, then comma dot 1 as test. Okay. Oh. Well, the first one's YAML, the second one's JSON, so of course it's not the same. But shouldn't it have broken already? Why is it... Wait. Am I looking at the wrong part? Oh, 1 is null. Why is 1 null? There's only one object. Da da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Does that work? No. Well, I knew the OR equal thing was too smart and wouldn't work. No, it's still null. Why is it null? Why are you not able to take into function two files and standard input? Okay, let me get rid of this. Whoops. Get rid of this as well. So then it takes two files, which is probably not ideal, but let's just see. Yeah, it's waiting for standard input. So OR equal, where's OR equal? So we'll do OR equal with 1 and 2. Cool, now it works. Yeah, it wasn't working with standard, but basically, why is IW close? What happened? If they are equal, then you return 0, else you return 1 and end. Very nice. Okay, I just need to get rid of the one part here, which is this. I don't need a T. We're just going to do regular redirection. Is that a good idea though? Because we are reading from it. Right, it didn't work. It didn't matter because this one was an existing file, but if this one was an empty file, but if it does exist, it's probably going to fail. What do I do? Well, I can just do temp.d new conf.yaml. And then in the end, we do copy temp.d new conf.yaml to conf. Good enough, right? Lovely. All the tests are passing. This is a little annoying, but it is fine. It is the best that I can do. Okay, now I need a dummy journal file, journal config file. Let's just do journal. Ta-da, ta-da. Sure. Oops. Well, this should just pass on its own. Of course it didn't pass. Cannot create a regular file, context to journal.yaml, no such. Right. Right. Why is it failing though? Genconf journal file. No wait, it shouldn't fail because we're doing selection journals. We did major conf.test, then we have journal.yaml, copy dubbing conf.yaml into conf file, journal files in your text, touch journal file, add journal to config journal file, or equal genconf journal file, yqpoj journals dot select a new year. Anyway, I still haven't enabled traps. Okay. I see no reason why it wouldn't work. Because this is fine. Journals, the new year journal encrypt, default journal, because it was already there. And then everything else is also where it's supposed to be. Colors, version. I don't even touch any of these, so this should have worked on its own. Why didn't it work? Why are we failing? Where is the problem? So one possibility I can expect is something in the copying, but no, the copying didn't fail because if the copying failed, the previous config would not have worked. And okay, so oh wait, we don't have not happening over here anymore. Where are we? Not here. There. So we did copy tempting new conf.yaml to conf, and that didn't fail, right? Because if the copy command itself was failing, my previous test would have failed when I was doing it with empty configs. So this is in new conf.yaml, there's absolutely no problem. It's looking exactly as it's supposed to, which means there's okay. So let me try doing a select on this. Let's see what happens. So it's supposed to be YQ journals select a new year. Oh, I think I see what happened. Okay. Okay, so select is turning into a boolean. So select is just turning a new year into a boolean, which is basically selecting everything. So strings getting coerced into a boolean, and that's not working. And key is equal to a new year doesn't make sense to it. Okay. Does not work. Okay, select can take a boolean expression. Okay, so I don't do select then. I do something like any. Yeah. Filter any takes an input an array as input an array and produces true as output if any of the elements of the array are true. All also takes input. Says something like filter some. Paths outputs the path to all elements and its input except non-empty add filter. Filter, group by contains. I think I should do something like map, but I don't think that will work either. Wait, let's see. Map is equal to filter. Pick. Oh, so that's the one I want then. Let's see. I don't understand why this is not working. Is it just not supported by YQ or something? Hold on. So JO banana is equal to yellow, I guess. Then I do JQ pick banana. And I also add in a few more. Let's say strawberry equal to red. Okay. I think YQ doesn't have support for this. So I should probably convert it into JSON first and then just pick it up with JQ. That should work, right? So where is my Okay. Good enough, I think. It works. Everything works. Everything works. Everything works. Works. Sorry. Oh, but that is not the one that I was supposed to check, was it? It doesn't make sense for me to check OR equal because I should be checking OR equal on everything except that. Except a new year. Well, I don't know how to do that. So how I would do that is I would compare dummy conf against the new conf, but new conf minus journals. How do I do that? I'll probably just do JQ map and then do something like uh okay, let's see. So I do this. Whoops. I do this. Doesn't look pretty. That's fine. And then I want to exclude strawberry. So I do delete strawberry. Is it not delete like that? It is delete. Oh. Okay. Let's say I do strawberry and then I do something like color is equal to red with okay. So I just do delete. Okay. Genconf journal file. So instead of genconf journal file, we will just have dummy conf.yaml, and we will compare it with JQ where we delete journals dot new, yeah. Right. Oh, no. Invalid numeric literal at line 1, column 7. Okay, show me dummy conf to YAML. Gotcha. So I need to do Y, Q, P, O, J. And it works! I think I might actually just finish the whole thing today. So what else do I have to do? What else do I need to implement? Honestly, just the password part of it. I think everything else is done. So I do the copy part, and then if encryption is equal to 1, then fee set it to 1, right? Yeah. Encryption is equal to 1. Then we will do can I just do pass to something that doesn't exist? I'm gonna throw an error. So if I did that to GNOME, no, not GNOME, what's it called? Secret 2. Store description la key password value. Yeah, I don't need value. Sorry. What happened? For label. So if I did secret tool lookup key pass, gives me an empty, gives me an empty, gives me an empty. Should not be giving me an empty. But if I did with set E, right, let's not do set E over here, but I can keep it there. So if I did pass, that's gonna look for the file. Should I just leave this as it is? Because this is only going to be for my use, and I know where all my passwords are. I know that's always going to be in the same place. So I could probably just leave it as it is. Encryption is equal to 1, pass that. Even if it's empty, even if it's like an empty file, it should be encrypting it. not sure about that. Actually, it wouldn't encrypt it, and yeah, it wouldn't encrypt it, but that's fine. Actually, why did I do a previous preceding lookup? I don't know. Why did I look up known password already? I can assume that it's not there, right? Okay, journal, default secret tools, store, label, journal password for one, username, journal. Okay, it's not gonna be one, it's gonna be name. So username is gonna be name. Oh, I already have a password? I don't have a password. What are you talking about? It's an empty file. It's literally empty. Man. See, this is the problem. So if it's an empty file, it's not supposed to know that it's an empty file. Okay. Uh, pass. Where do I have it? Pass, journal, home. It's gonna be pass, journal, default. So I'm gonna do pass, insert, journal, default. Yeah, good enough. So what is the kind of test I would do with this? Right. Let's do some cleanup. I don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. Oh, nice. Look up a GNOME password. So the idea was that if it's already there, I don't want to accidentally replace it because then it would be a problem. But it wouldn't already be there. It's kind of the whole point. But if I accidentally replace it, then I will not be able to access it anymore. So maybe I shouldn't. Secret tool application is journal. No, wait. Application is Python keyring library. Service is journal. Username is default. I need to do lookup. Okay, so if it doesn't exist, it does say it doesn't exist. Okay. So this is not bad. Keep it around. Store is not bad either, actually. I think I'm actually pretty much done with the whole thing. If encryption is equal to 1, then if not, look up GNOME password name, then pass entry journal default, store GNOME password name. Now, the problem is if pass does not exist, that's going to be a bit of a problem. I'm also going to need to write a test. So up till here is right. Then journal file, this is going to be secret. So those are equal, so that is fine. The next part is actually, I don't need to do this, right? I don't need to check if it's equal because I've already tested that. So I don't need to test this. The only part I would need to test is I want to test one thing. Actually, maybe I should test that. Let's do this. Because encryption is true, let's make sure encryption is being carried out. Encryption part is there. Then we do secret tool, look up, application, Python, keyring library, service, journal, username is journal file, remove suffix of text. Fail at the last part. Not at all surprising. Hmm. Where are we failing? Where are we failing? Where are we failing? Genconf file 1. Script is true. Okay. File.text 1, obviously, but that's not the issue. There's some part of this which is not equal, and I'm not sure what part of it is not equal because this is supposed to be equal. Oh, encrypt became false. Why is encrypt false? That's not right. Okay, add in copy. Copy dummy encrypted journal.txt to journal file. No, encrypt is true right now, so that's fine. That's supposed to be true. Oops. Oh wow, it's so late, my lights have gone off. Where did I put my phone? Ah, let's go turn it on. Okay. Alright, where was I? So just test is failing at or equal journal file encrypted. Is that equal to pick? It's failing on pick. It's not supposed to fail on pick. Why would it fail on pick? YQPOJ conf. I obviously don't have the conf file anymore here. But I did check in the temp directory, which is where the new conf file is. Right. No, that's not the problem. So encrypt is true, so this is fine. Journals pick secret not equal to genconf journal file 1. I see absolutely no problem. OR equal genconf journal file 1 yqpoj yqpoj if conf and jq journals pick dot secret. But it's already failing at the test. Why is it failing at the test? It's not supposed to fail at the test. Oh, GenConf did something wrong. Oh, okay. So this is on me. This is on me. This is a very minor typo. I can't believe I didn't find that one. Cool. New encrypted journal added to existing conf and it found the keyring and it didn't replace the keyring because it was already there. Okay. Right, because I told it to clear everything every time it finishes running tests. Fails, right? It fails if it's not there, so it's fine. The test says it works, it works. I think that's it actually. This has been fun. This has been fun. I think that's it. Should I test it once? I think it's fine. Should adopt that, but so what I'm thinking is I create a little section inside of my directory for testing, but I am not entirely sure how I can do that. Maybe I should just put in a dot local test. Not sound like a bad idea. Okay, let's put it in there. To add journal to config dot bats. For now, I'm just going to keep the file there, even if it's not working. It's going to be extremely broken. Oops. Whoops. Okay. ch get s. What else did I change? That's all I needed. I'm just gonna add everything all at once. Get s, get commit. Feet, setup, journals. Well, that actually took less time than I thought. I am surprised that I finished it so quickly. I thought this was gonna go on for much longer. Maybe my testing was not as comprehensive. Maybe my testing was not as idiomatic. I don't know. I don't think I used bats in the best way possible. But I finished the thing and I'm quite satisfied with it. Oh, right. I could also do setup journals as I could do that. I could convert my just file to find stuff from a particular directory, and if it's a directory, this is going to be like add everything one by one. Could do that, but maybe not today. Maybe I won't do it at all. I don't know. Let's see. Another part is actually if I were to create a new journal, it's going to give me all of these same things again. Not particularly fan of that. I also didn't have the default flag, which I was thinking of. So if I give it the flag default, it would make it the default journal. Right now, it's not the default journal. I am honestly not too satisfied about the parts where if I'm creating a new journal, it's going to start screaming at me, especially if it's an encrypted journal. It's going to be like, oh, give me the new parts. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I could do that though. So I could create an empty journal that's not encrypted and then I could encrypt it separately. That would work. Hmm. So it wouldn't be in the purview of add journal to config because add journal to config's only job is adding journal to config. So I'd create an empty file, I'd add journal to config, and then I can do journal, give it the journal name dash dash encrypt. So going to be asking me for the password, but at least I don't have to type out the whole part, and that is actually the only part that annoys me. So if I do journal, it's gonna ask me the whole part. I don't want that. That is actually the only part that annoys me the most. This, let's say I want to have it. I can say no and then yes. So then I would do journal encrypt on default. So I have to give it a password. I could do that. I could leave it with that. La 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 la. It's gonna ask me for the password again. Well, pass, pass. And this would store it into the keychain, so I don't have to do anything about that either. But I am curious. So if I did echo hi journal encrypt, journal I don't know what the password is. Journal encrypted, okay. So if it receives something from standard input, it doesn't care, it just goes and encrypts it automatically. That's pretty smart though. Let's say secret tool look up service journal username default application is Python keyring library pass. That is not the right one. It used the existing password. That's what happened. So now if I join, it's going to be like, if I said hi, wrong password. It's expecting pass. Okay, just to say, okay, I've cleared it. So if I did echo hello, and then I did pass encrypt. Whoops, journal encrypt. Sorry, journal encrypt. Still asking for the password. So cannot read it from standard input. That's going to be a little annoying. Although, huh. Thing is, if it's an empty file, we cannot encrypt it. Right? Couldn't encrypt it if it's an empty file. Let's say I do export encryption is equal to 1 touch test journal dot text, which is an empty file. Just set up journal test journal.text is not a valid file. Hey, that's an error message that I wrote. Encrypt is false, even though I set encryption to 1, because it looks at the file. So maybe if I just added a little more libexec addjrnltoconfig, I don't know what passwords I have. Seahorse. I forcibly set a password, so now what happens is if I do journal test journal, it's asking for a password, but there is no password yet because the file is empty. But if I do test journal encrypt, it's still asking for a password. Why is it still asking for a password? Should not have asked for a password. That's a bit of a problem, but okay. No, I don't get it. Why is it asking for a password though? Hmm. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna create it normally and then encrypt it afterwards. Well, very interesting. That's it for today. Bye bye.